This is Terrence R.J. Banks with Information Age Financial Solutions, coming to you today talking to you about Amazon. Amazon has done a great deal of things in the retail space and is transforming the whole market as we know it, especially for retail. But even the way we're doing things in its cloud form technology is also a big hit. But the article's title alone stuck out to me, and it's definitely worth you paid attention to. And I'm going to read out some of the experts. It's a short article, but one to pay attention to. Here's the title: Amazon's 75,000 new robots are your answer to no wage inflation. And wages are what's necessary for a 70% economy to continue increasing, because that's the only way we're going to be able to consume with a 70% consumption economy. And this is a fantastic article pointing to that point. Like millions of other people, I'm a fan and user of Amazon. I think we all are. They do make buying things convenient, especially little things that you might have to go to art specialty store to find. I'm a huge user of the Kindle app too. Starts off with a good thing there. I will admit that I don't quite understand the Amazon business model of growth over profits, but I've noticed that most of the profits Amazon actually makes are coming from their non-commercial side, stuff like cloud services, which I mentioned before. Their cloud service program is probably making them a good deal of money. But that as it may, there is a semi-dark side to Amazon. They are slowly but surely eating retail jobs. And retail jobs were the largest, and I did a video about this before, and I did something on the retail sector about how retail jobs make up a large parts of the population in the United States. It's a large job employer. As Amazon continues to increase their space and continues doing innovation, and the retail space alone with those retail jobs, those closing those malls, is having a huge effect. And the title, with 75,000 more robots Amazon's looking to hire. So there goes the place of having just, we're going to move to just drop shipping and working in warehouses. They're eliminating jobs altogether. Amazon is not only to be blamed. Now, to be fair to Amazon, represents only a small portion of U.S. retail sales, but accounts for an outsized portion of the growth in retail sales. It's interesting. And again, to be fair, Amazon does not do even a majority of online sales, since other online retailers are just as aggressively pushing their own products. It's another two factors to read again. I'm going to read it over because it's worth hearing it again. Now, to be fair, Amazon represents only a small portion of U.S. retail sales, but it accounts for an outsized portion of the growth in retail sales. And again, to be fair, Amazon does not do even a majority of online sales, since other online retailers are just as aggressively pushing their own products. To be even more fair, a great deal of the problem in American retail jobs and businesses is that we simply have too many retail stores, which I did in an article. Look at my previous videos that I did. Reasonable analysts that I've read suggest that we have anywhere from 10 to 15% more retail stores than we actually need. And that's good for competition and choice, but it's just one more reason why there's going to be a consolidation of retail companies and further losses of retail jobs. Again, retail space is a large job employer, large employer for a lot of individuals. What's that going to do for the wage inflation issue? We need wages to increase to continue our consumption. And I'm actually kind of teetering on this weekend letter, where we'll first and quickly review the jobs report. Then I'll talk about the future of jobs and why Fed policy, which is based on backward-looking models that no longer have any application to our future, may be poised for trouble. As we head into 2018, there are a few dark clouds here and there, but I'm mostly optimistic. The individual who wrote the article is mostly optimistic. I do think the primary risk in 2018 will be major central bank policy errors. I will probably repeat these figures again this weekend, but between the $450 billion that the Fed intends to pull out of its balance sheet and the $500 billion by which the ECB is going to reduce its QE, there'll be almost $1 trillion going into the market. Since the Fed, and especially Ben Bernanke, took credit for the rise in asset prices induced by its QE, why this Fed thinks that quantitative tightening will have no effect at all in the market is quite beyond me. Good point here. It's one thing to raise rates, which they should have done years ago, and it's another thing altogether to raise rates and fire up a QT program. QT program, quantitative tightening, at the same time. I think they will be doing this at precisely the wrong time and for the wrong reasons. In the meantime, let's look at one of the technological forces. Amazon and the tidal wave of online sales that is putting pressure on the retail sales market. You wonder why there's been no wage inflation? Well, theoretically, unemployment is so low. I don't believe that, but the numbers, what they point out, is what people go by, and that's the psychology. Here, I'm just trying to give information so you can be prepared for the things that's changing. And I'll leave you with these couple of the last bit of this article. Here's one of the number answers. Amazon has hired approximately 75,000 robots just this year. That's something to think about, because again, the retail space, and I can't reiterate enough, is the forefront of most jobs, being a lot of jobs for the upcoming, when the market crashed in 2007, 2008, retail space was a lot of people were hired back into that play, and it's a large employer for most jobs. So as that continuous space continues to deteriorate, and we haven't really seen the ripple effects, we only heard about it, we're not really knowing anything that goes on because they change the numbers all the time. And the ripple effect takes a while for it to manifest. You need to be mindful of that and take, cautionary actions. So you're thinking that Amazon and these other companies are going to save us here with technology. You might have to think again, because robots, as we've seen in the beginning of this article, is taking that landscape as well. And a robot doesn't need wage inflation. Once you put that once you put the robot in place, all it needs is to be tuned and maintained, and that takes a lot less workers than we have now. So if this video has been any help to you, please subscribe to the channel, and until my next video, I'm out.